today. From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Fields and the Green Bay Packers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Dallas Cowboys.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his 3rd season now out of the University of Alabama. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start here is Tua. He's got Lewis. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua flushed out right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curly Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy. And that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, a leap it. He will make the catch. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Akers. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Akers again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kyle Juszczyk, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. It's a run with Akers, and he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now, having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me... And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this.
To a hit, and the ball is out. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up. What's going to be the final play of this first quarter? 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
But the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. A give up the middle to Akers. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were on the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another carry for Wilson. Shifts past him at the 45, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Wilson with a first down carry. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Fields. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Deontay Hardy back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua eluding the pressure right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing again is Fields. That's dropped underneath for Wilson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So we have reached halftime here. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Another run for Wilson on 2nd. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And obviously they want that run yardage, so they decline the penalty.
No doubt about it. Smart on their part. They finished off the play. But if you're going to jump, if you're going to commit a penalty, it's your job to finish off the play so you don't give up big gains like that.
Fields on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Partner, Gardner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was a...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and the Cowboys have recovered. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. After the sack on first down, Tua. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They run the toss here to Wilson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the 50, here's Fields. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get...
And he lost the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Flush to his right. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. On the give, this is Akers. And the ball is knocked out. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Now a first down throw, Fields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Here's Fields. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Wilson going to try the right side. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long. It's Fields. Got a man. That's Richie James. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Touchdown! Richie James, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. On for the extra point try, Andrew Mevis. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another, and then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On the handoff, it's Akers. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. He'll get it inside the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, it's Tua, escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Sammy Watkins from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Complete, Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. On 1st down, Fields over the middle, complete. It's James. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll find QT on the right side, complete. Then it's a Packers touchdown. Kiki QT, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Mevis on to attempt the point after. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. They'll run this with Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again here with Akers. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. This pass nabbed by Waddle along the sideline. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. On the ground, it's Akers. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, it'll be Akers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Oh, that's into a double team. And it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Dallas, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the